Alright guys, so in a surprise thing today, we have brand new Mirror's Edge Catalyst details. I just came home from school and I'm checking Twitter and everyone and on Mirror's Edge, the Twitter account, they're like, oh, see our new gameplay. And so I click on the link and there's a new segment on the website called Gameplay, and now it's, showing the different gameplay pillars here, talking about movement and also talking about combat. All right, so let's transition over to the computer where we can take a look at the trailers and let you guys know what I think. All right, so taking a look here at Mirror's Edge Catalyst, the website. So you can see right now on the top we have the new gameplay segment. This is brand new, so that's pretty cool. It says, take control of Faith, learn about unique gameplay experiences that await you. We have a new screenshot here. The more I look at her, she's starting to remind me of the actual voice actor that plays her. Her name is Faye Kingsley, and she has like a very similar facial structure to that, which is pretty interesting. So I'm kind of I'm liking the more realistic tone there. So it says the fluidity of movement and how your mind, hands, and controller work in unison is key to Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and it has watch a video. So let's watch this. It's only 55 seconds long. Let's do this. So this is stuff that we've already seen, but there is some new stuff here. So here's some new details. So we have, you guys can see this red pillar here. This is going to act as your waypoint, sort of. This is the new runner's vision for the game. We all know, any hardcore Mirror's Edge fan would know this, but that's the new runner's vision. It isn't, self-active all the time now. You have to set it. It's more like a waypoint. I'm still unsure what these orbs are. I don't know what these orbs do, but I guess they're going to tell us later on. It shows her collecting it later on, so let's take a look. New showcase of a level here. I just love the lighting effects. Jeez, look at the lighting effects right here. I mean, this is really, really amazing just to look at. I mean, the art direction here is just on a different level entirely from what we're used to in games. Just bold colors and just beautiful, beautiful lights. There's also some people down there. I don't know if they're employees, but there's... I don't know who they are, but, they're down there doing whatever I guess they're doing. A new segment. So here's a quick look at, I guess, not really an interior spot, but just the different types of, styles of area here. This looks like an interior living spot. It looks like someone's apartment, I guess, and it shows us parkouring across his balcony, and we go inside to that little room on the right. There we go. That's a new move as well. I guess this is going to be acting as the coil move, the new coil move from in this game, because you could coil in the previous game to get over barbed wire or whatever it was, and also help yourself go faster because you would fall faster if you coiled in the air. But you can take a look here. She coils. So this is, I guess that's the new mechanic. That's how it looks, which is pretty cool. Running, and then she collects an orb, jumps, collects an orb. Now we're in this spot. Pretty cool. There's a new drone mechanic, of course, and then that's it. So that's pretty awesome to see right there. I mean, we kind of got, a brief snippet of new gameplay, which was, we saw that before, but this segment on is the new gameplay. Just amazing. And you can just see how fluid it is. It's very, like, even just looking at gameplay, it's very, it just looks very fluid. It looks like it's, it doesn't look like, you're really making mistakes or anything. It looks like she's, very much moving about the environment freely and stuff, which is just awesome. So that's the new movement trailer. We have some new stuff here. It says momentum. Build momentum to reach top speed and do daring jumps between rooftops or stylish slides through tight spaces. Use the new shift move to get a short burst of acceleration and any damage. So shift is going to be the new, I guess you can say, the new dash ability, or it was really like a dodge ability in the previous game. But if you were, good at the game, you could actually use it to dash yourself and reach top speed from a standing position. So that's what the new shift mood is. It just allows you to, shift into any direction and get a short burst of speed. So that is back into the game. For a quick change of plan, use the quick turn for a rapid 180 or 90-degree turn. And that was in actually the previous game as well. You can only do 180-degree turns, but this one looks like it says you can do 90-degree turns. So that even gives you more flexibility to, go in any direction you want. But that's actually pretty cool. So quick turn is back into the game. Traversal, hit top speed quickly zipping down wire lines. Carefully balance on a ledge and transition smoothly to hanging from it. Run vertically and horizontally on any wall and use pipes to swing over gaps or around corners. So that's all stuff that we've seen in the gameplay, which is pretty awesome. I just love this art direction and stuff. It looks just really sick. So really, 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 really cool. Then it gets into the gadgets. Faith needs little less than her running skills, martial arts knowledge, and determination to fight the opposition, or the oppression, smothering the citizens of Glass. But a few pieces of high-tech hardware will help her to traverse the city. So we know that the grapple hook is in there, which is pretty awesome, and you can actually see that she's, I guess, in this image here, it's pretty interesting because she's grappling onto a certain object. So I'm almost thinking of if the grapple hook, it's not going to be, I doubt it's going to be like Dying Light where it's completely broken, or it's completely broken, and you can just, basically use it to get around large gaps and grapple onto anything. It looks like you have to grapple onto certain objects only, and it may be to the point where, okay, she can grapple onto only this weird ball thing hanging from this wire. That's the thing that you can grapple on, and if that's not around, that means that you can't grapple. They may use it like that, but we'll see. It's actually called the mag rope and disruptor. Take a look at this. Mag rope latches onto specific points in the world, so that just answers my question that I just posted. So it's specific points in the world, which is great. It's sort of there to help you get across certain areas, but it's not broken. It's just a cool gameplay dynamic, allowing for unique traversal and interaction opportunities. Great. Disruptor. This upgrade of the tech in Fate's Glove lets you disrupt and destroy Quick-Second AI systems. So this is pretty cool. This upgrade of the tech in Faith's Glove. So her glove right there, I guess, has some EMP burst thing. I guess that's what you would say. And she can use it to, I guess, hack to certain items and stuff like that. So that's actually pretty interesting. I guess that might come in handy when you're fighting robots and stuff in order to do that. All right, now we get into combat. All right, this is an awesome screenshot. Look at this. This is a great screenshot. Everyone's like running around her. She's just kicking guys left and right. Look at this speed. So she kicked this guy. This guy's still falling. She somehow moved over to this guy, and now he's falling, and now she's about to hit this guy who's like, just what the hell is happening? All right, so let's watch the video on combat. It's really short as well. Alright, so we didn't see much new stuff in terms of the combat. Most of the stuff we saw there we already basically saw before in a previous trailer. The only thing that stuck out to me is we actually got to see this third-person takedown from this guy right here. This was in the first gameplay reveal trailer, and then basically it stopped right there. This is where the trailer ended, but we got to see the actual full move. So it looks like she breaks the guy's ankle or stance or whatever. He's now down. Punches the helmet. The glass shards start falling everywhere, and then kick to the face, which is pretty freaking awesome. I'm actually really happy that they kept the the glass breaking from the helmets. I'm glad that they kept that from the original reveal trailer in 2013, because that was freaking awesome. So let's take a look at this one more time. Sweet. So that's pretty much all in terms of the new stuff that we saw. All the stuff from here on forward we pretty much got to see before. So it's not really new. Yeah. Except this. We get to see her break her arm. Break his arm. It's just kind of funny. Bonk. Alright, so that's the new combat section. Let's take a look at this. Attack types. String together Fate's fluid attacks when engaging with Krugersek or other enemies. Combine, I guess other enemies are going to imply there's different stuff. What we don't know any other enemies in terms of, you know, bad people other than Krugersek, so, or other enemies. It could allude to something. This game isn't going to go full sci-fi on us. I think it's going to retain a very realistic thing. But there might be like another organization or something like that that we may have to be on the lookout for. Alright, so that's still stuff that we don't know yet. Combine light and heavy punches, so that's new. I guess the combat in the first game was awful unless you were a master. It was pretty bad. You had to really you had to be a very hardcore player to really do well in a combat situation. So, but now you have light and heavy punches. So in the previous game, you would just throw your arms. It's one attack button. This one, it looks like you have light and heavy punches. And I'm going to assume that the light punches allow you to do like swift attacks really quickly, and the heavy punches will take a little bit longer, but they do more damage. So combine light and heavy punches to force enemies off balance or to gain an advantage when they're stunned, okay? Use your environment when fighting to build focus and dish out swift attacks, which is, swift is capitalized, so that means it's a type of attack, and focus is also capitalized, to fight without losing momentum. So I guess the swift means that when you're running basically and you're engaging in combat and you just keep going, that's in terms of the swift mechanic, that's what they're going for. Focus, I am going to assume, is going to is going to mean that, okay, when you have like a maximum focus or a certain level of focus, you can do like an instant takedown on an enemy. I'm going to assume that's what focus means, because I doubt they're going to allow you to do cinematic third-person takedowns on every single person. So I guess you're going to build focus that will fill up like a gauge or a meter, and then you will take them down like so. Build up and maintain focus by maintaining movement and action. When Faith has focus, enemies can't hit her. Okay, but it's telling us right now. But losing focus makes enemies' attacks greater threat to your health level. Alright, so focus actually isn't that. So once Faith focuses completely, she enters into flow, a state of awareness that allows you to attack in a new, more powerful... Oh, okay. So focus is just when you're doing things one after the other in perfect, it's like you're focused. It's like you're moving fast, enemies can't hit you, so on and so forth. And then that enters a flow state after you get, after you spend a certain amount of time in focus, that enters a flow state, and that's when you can do the third-person takedowns. Gotcha. So that's pretty much it on the website. That's the whole page that I don't know, they just revealed this today, which I thought was pretty interesting. So learn about gameplay, and yeah, it's brand new, so, which is pretty cool. Looking forward to it. They're really updating this website pretty consistently now, which is awesome. Again, we still do not know when the beta is. I would have liked to know when the beta is. I would expect if they really want to do a lot of work, then it's going to have to be this month. But they may push it back to early next month, but just get it out there. Need to get the beta, get it going. Need to test the game, need to make sure it works fine. This game needs to be perfect when it launches. Everything is riding on this game's release, really, honestly. When you really think about it, this game needs to do well, and it needs to be perfect when it comes out. In an age where games are broken and glitchy, I know DICE is taking their time, but this game needs to do exceptionally well when it comes out. Like, it needs to be a really high quality product. So I'm really happy that they're actually doing a beta for that reason. Hopefully, they'll be able to do a lot of testing, and we'll really enjoy the game. From what I'm seeing, everything I'm looking at the game, I'm just like, this looks incredible. You know, it just doesn't. It looks unlike any other game that we've played before in terms of its art direction and obviously its gameplay. So, all right, I'll take I'll see you guys later. I as you can tell, like I'm barely awake here, so I can barely think at this moment. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Let me know what you guys thought of the gameplay, and I'll update you guys on more Mirror's Edge Callus info when I get it.